Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. Thanks so much for tuning in. What if I told you guys that some of the attributes that you guys work so hard to develop on your builds, some of these attributes, they're just damn near irrelevant. In today's video, we're going to talk about some of the attributes that you guys could do without. We finna get into all the details. Y'all be sure to drop a like and drop a sub if you can.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
Now, over the years, I've noticed that 2K, they can render particular attributes damn near irrelevant, whether that's through a patch or a hotfix. The first thing that comes to mind is the steal attribute for those 6'9" builds that were going crazy. I think it was like in 2K22. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. What ended up happening is you were able to make a 6'9" build with a 90 steal, which allowed you to cover a ton of space and get these really great animations. And this led a bunch of players in the community to create 6'9" builds, including myself. Did you guys do that? Sound off in the comment section if you remember those 6'9" builds and you made one of them. They were probably some of the most goated builds on 2K games that I could remember. But I'm almost sure that you guys remember what 2K did to those 6'9" builds. They rendered them completely useless. So now a lot of players in the 2K community ended up having to create yet another build. Now I ask you, in your honest opinion, is that 2K's fault for making the game the way it is and allowing players to exploit it? Or is it the 2K community's fault for falling for the okie dokie yet again, jumping on the bandwagon to create the most optimal builds? I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts on this one, so sound off in the comments. Sometimes these attributes are ineffective and we don't even know it until we give it a shot. Now, it's highly unlikely for the good majority of NBA 2K players to make a point guard build without speed with ball attributes. And here we are, more than halfway through the entire 2K24 cycle, finding out that you don't necessarily need the speed with ball attribute. I would like to reference this post from Swante. He says, "It's hilarious how you can post things like 26 speed with ball being effective, and the 2K community is so conditioned that they don't even riot or care." Swante out here calling for civil unrest. And I totally get it, because there's so many flaws on 2K24 that a lot of people start pointing the finger, and creators, we get a lot of that heat. Now, we got a clip of somebody making good use of only 26 speed with ball. But before we get into that clip, I want to ask you guys, do you guys feel this is a real issue in 2K? Had I known I didn't need the speed with ball attribute, I would have applied those attributes elsewhere. And that speed with ball attribute is really taxing. It does open up room for particular animations as well. Badge Plug ended up weighing in on this topic, saying, "I'm flipping it back on y'all now. Y'all wanted anything cheesy out the game so bad for years that now the meta is literally 1 or 2 moves and L2 canceling." I tell you guys, if you learn that L2 cancel, you're a step ahead of damn near everyone else. And if you guys take the time to master the L2 cancel, you could create builds with no speed with ball attributes. The proof is in the pudding. Let's load up that clip. There you have it. You saw the clip. Imagine going out there killing in the rec center with a 26 speed with ball. I know a lot of you guys are like shaking your head right now. The average person getting on the game without learning the L2 cancel is going to see a significant difference if you lower that speed with ball. But if you do in fact learn the L2 cancel, you can move like what you saw in the clips. And what I personally noticed about trying the point guard position this year, when you face higher levels of competition going up against tougher defenders, you end up realizing very quickly that those defenders mitigate your downhill movement. In other words, you're normally not going to speed past a defender, and you naturally go into slower movement, bringing the ball up the court. Against tougher defenders, it's normally about the misdirection, which is exactly where the L2 cancel move is the most effective. Now, the last thing that I want is for a bunch of 2K players to watch this video and say, "You know what, I'm making a new build with no speed with ball," throwing caution to the wind and dropping a buck on a new build. Before you guys do that, just know that 2K, they have a track record of changing up attributes and the effectiveness of each attribute. So the more popular it becomes to make builds with minimal speed with ball, 2K may just drop a patch or a hotfix that will make sure most players absolutely need that speed with ball attribute. And that's the complication that us 2K players end up running into on a year-to-year basis. But here's the catch: if this concept doesn't reach the masses, then you'll have a bunch of players a step ahead of the curve, taking advantage of those players who are unfamiliar with creating builds with no speed with ball. Trust me, I know it's complicated. In my humble opinion, I can't help but think that that 2K is just lazy. They have been making the same exact game for 2.5 decades and have yet to perfect it. Players are still able to get on the game each and every year, and they find the absolute best exploits that undermine 2K development. Now, I would like to reference another post from Badge Plug. He says, on everything, I'd rather get momentum, spin, cross, behind the back, and whatever other 15 combos you could do out of that than get L2 cancel and Jamal Murray behind the back 5 times a possession. But that's the talk y'all people don't wanna have. And the reason why there's a point of contention is because there's a lot of players in the 2K community that argue 2K24 is too realistic, or is so realistic that that's why a lot of other players or veterans of the game don't necessarily like the game that's in front of us. Badge Plug and Swante are basically saying, what's realistic about bringing an underdeveloped player with a low speed with ball attribute, super low at that, and being able to slice through the defense like Swiss cheese with just a couple dribble moves? To me, it looks like the left-right cheese all over again. And this leads to the next and last post that I would like to reference from Badge Plug. He says, enjoy NBA 2K24 if you do, but don't tell me it's so realistic when the literal most used move, aka LeBron's step back, takes you from the free throw line to the 3-point line with almost no penalty. Now I would like to share with you guys my personal thoughts on this whole thing here, because I'm a player that I haven't been like wanting to get on 2K. And most days when I try to get on, it feels like an absolute chore. Now, when I see a new challenge like learning the L2 cancel, it makes me want to get on and invest that time to learn an optimal move. But the simple fact, being a veteran of the franchise and knowing that 2K can change the game in front of us just like that, the drop of a dime. All it takes is one hotfix and one patch. Me as a player, considering the idea of investing so much time just to learn this L2 cancel and the possibility of having the effectiveness of that animation completely removed from the game, well, it keeps me from even wanting to take on the challenge. I'd honestly prefer if 2K just dropped the game, no patches needed, leave the game the way it is for the entire annual cycle. In my opinion, 2K has become a game that's gotten way too comfortable releasing an unfinished product only to patch the game throughout the entirety of the annual cycle. Now, if those changes weren't gameplay related, I wouldn't necessarily mind as much. But the fact is, whenever 2K makes changes, whether they intentionally change the game in front of us or inadvertently change the game in front of us, they will most likely change the game. As always, your feedback is super important. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Hopefully you guys can catch us on our next video or live stream. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to keep it locked. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. The link for Discord will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K24 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.